All right, so appointment subcommittee meeting January 6, 2016, 6 p.m. I think the first thing we'll do is roll call. So Councilor McCoy.
Here.
Councilor Smith.
Here.
And Councilor Winnie. I think the first order of business is to elect a chair for the appointment subcommittee.
Well, actually, it's the same committee, right?
Yeah.
We are going to reorganize immediately after, but I guess we could do that now.
Well, then we can just report out on it. Do it now and then report out on it.
All the other committees won't be done yet. Maybe we should wait.
So when is
We'll do that right immediately. Everyone's supposed to do it immediately after, because most committees,
immediately after the committee meeting?
the general meeting.
Oh,
Just, how we get into small groups, who else we did that, who else we did.
okay, all right, well, all right then. Approval of minutes?
I'll make a move. Oh, there are no minutes, I'm sorry.
No
I
minutes,
have it, yeah.
okay. All right. All right, so we will hold off the minutes till the next
Yes.
appointment subcommittee meeting. Okay, so I was not here at the last meeting, which was held, what was the date?
16.
The 16th of December of 2015. So I'm going to have to rely on you guys as to what transpired. So
Do you want me to give some?
whichever one of you want to do that.
I'll do that very quick. So
Okay.
the appointment was Melissa Cody to the Conservation Commission. We had abutters on Highland Avenue. They thought she did a good job, but they did have some concerns at one public hearing. They felt their participation was somewhat dismissed by referring to it as a witch hunt, which they took offense to, and then there was neighbors in the neighborhood that were Wiccans and felt that again was insensitive to them. So I thought both Councilor Smith and I felt it was at least appropriate to make contact with Melissa Cody to just get her opinion on that, or does she understand the possibilities? She could make this meeting, but she sent us all a very detailed email, which you should have all received. My conversation on the phone with her preceding, when she said she couldn't make it and asked us on the email, was very good. That she certainly didn't ever mean to dismiss participation. I was certainly satisfied by both her conversation I had with her as well as the letter she sent. Additionally to that, I received calls from both City Planner Allen and the Mayor just going on how outstanding volunteer she is, that her background is just phenomenal, and that if we did not have her, we would probably have to hire a conservation commissioner, which we do not have the money for. So again, their point was that she is an integral part of this board and the city's ability.
Alrighty. Do you have anything to add, Councilor Smith?
I guess what I would have to add is that aside from that one incident, I have never heard anything negative about Melissa Cody in this position. And I feel that she has taken accountability for the comment. She has apologized for the insensitivity of it. And she is a volunteer, and I think it's a teaching moment to make sure that we give reminders of what language is acceptable and not acceptable in a public forum.
Okay, so because the email was sent to the City Council, it does become public information and part of our minutes.
Yep.
So I will read the letter out loud so that we can have it on tape. So it says it was dated December 28th, 2015. Subject appointment to the Conservation Commission. Mr. McCoy, thank you for taking the time to contact me regarding the appointment subcommittee's consideration of my request to be reappointed to the Conservation Commission. I understand that a concern has been expressed to the subcommittee regarding the atmosphere of Conservation Commission meetings and the approachability of the Conservation Commission to the citizens of East Hampton. I wholeheartedly appreciate and encourage any public interest and participation regarding wetlands and other environmental issues. Each Conservation Commission meeting begins with a call for public concerns and non-agenda items so that anyone who has taken time to attend the meeting need not wait through the duration of the meeting agenda to discuss their topic. The commission, myself included, then determines how to proceed depending on the nature of the topic. AEG, schedule a site visit, talk to another board or department, include the topic on the next agenda. Concerns can also be directed to the Commission's attention through the city planner and/or the city's website, which lists the Conservation Commission email address. With regard to the very specific set of circumstances surrounding the Highland Avenue area and concerns raised by residents during 2015, it was my intention as chair to see that the appropriate voice was given to the concerns and that those concerns be properly investigated and resolved. The commission received public input and immediately began a review of the matter that spanned the 3 public meetings, included a site visit and a review of publicly available mapping and aerial photographs, and involved soliciting the opinion of the city engineer and an independent evaluation by the Mass DEP Western Region Wetlands Program. During the 3 meetings when the topic was discussed in 2015, the floor was open to the public. Comments were not limited to residents of Highland Avenue and direct abutters. Anyone who wanted to take the opportunity to voice their thoughts was given the opportunity to do so. In addition, when concerns regarding my statements were raised during the 3rd of these meetings, I addressed them directly and left the meeting with the impression that the concerns had been settled and that the residents from raising concerns, since public concerns are a primary source of information with regard to identifying potential wetlands violations. The Commission has also responded to other environmental concerns raised by residents of Highland Avenue on 2 other occasions in the past few years. As in 2015, the environmental concerns raised were outside the Commission's purview, and taking action would have meant overstepping the Commissioner's regulatory authority. I've enjoyed serving in the city as a member of the Conservation Commission and feel that as an environmental consultant for more than 15 years with a professional focus on Wetland Protection Act compliance, I bring a perspective that is beneficial to both the city and its residents, and I hope to continue to serve the city in this way. Please let me know if you would like to discuss this matter further. Sincerely, Melissa Cody. So that's been written into, or spoken into the record for this public meeting. And then the city clerk has a copy of it, so she will also put it into our public information for review by the public. I'm going to take the floor right now and say that I agree with both of you that she certainly is a valuable asset to that commission, and it's a very difficult commission. I don't know if any of you have ever attended any of those meetings, but they can get very contentious, just as planning board meetings and other meetings. You know, we sometimes think that we have it bad, but a lot of these committees that are volunteer, they have to deal with a lot of things that, you know, I'm kind of glad it's them and not us. Just saying. So I don't see any reason as to why she shouldn't get reappointed, and I agree with Councilor Smith. So that's my own opinion. If anybody else has any other opinions, we don't have a motion on the table. The mayor has joined us. If Mayor Kajer, if you would like to put anything in on this right now?
Yeah, first of all, I'm sorry I was late.
That's all right.
And second of all, you know, reading, you know, the letter, and you're well aware of her expertise, and we have been in dire need in this city of a conservation agent for many, many, many years. We came close. We almost had a grant 2 years ago. It was going to be a joint with East Hampton, Southampton through PVPC. And when the new governor came in, the budgets, you know, with the deficit, all the 9C cuts, that went out the door. And I get it, the things that aren't in place went out. But we, without Melissa, she is, with her expert knowledge on this and being in that field, it would be extremely difficult to have that type of knowledge without having a conservation agent.
So at that point, I think I'll entertain, is there any other more discussion from the councilors, or?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept Melissa Cody as Conservation Commission, term expiring 12/31/18.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. All right, and we will report that out to the full city council committee. Something up?
This way, I think, me.
Okay. All right, so the second mayoral appointment is for Eileen Myers to the East Hampton Council on Aging. Eileen has sent us a letter, or to the mayor, that she would like to consider the notification of intent, as she'd like to be considered as a member of the East Hampton Council of Aging Board of Directors. Ella Stas recommended her for the position and asked that Linda Talbot meet with me to discuss the opening of the Board of Directors. She met with Ms. Talbot and was convinced that this voluntary position was exactly what she was searching for to her recent retirement. She has a lot of positive energy, professional ability to contribute to the position, and employment history consisting of management, healthcare, and caring for the aged parents. On this appointment, I'm going to abstain because Eileen Myers is married to my first cousin, Charlie Myers. So she is, in fact, a relative. So I am going to take a step back, and I will leave it out to the floor for the two of you to make your motion and second it and vote on it, please. If I could just hand the reins over to the president.
Seemed very straightforward to me. I think she'd be a great addition. Tamara, anything more?
I agree. I like that she was recommended for the position and that she and Linda Talbot have had an opportunity to discuss with the board of directors what her role will be. So I'm also confident in her ability.
So, do you want to make a motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion that we accept the appointment of Eileen Myers to the member of the East Hampton Council of Aging Board of Directors for a term, I don't have the term ending right in front of me.
17.
For a term expiration of 12/31/17.
Okay, I'll second that. Oh, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Abstain.
One abstention. Okay, motion passes to 0.
Okay. Is there any other new business before us? Do we
So
have?
we have- yeah,
do
we
we
will
have?
have
Oh,
a
yes.
few.
2. Thank you, Mayor. Oh, no, we have 2 in the coffers. We got 4 coming up. So we will need to have another meeting. Make the motion that we have our next meeting on January 20th.
Okay.
At
I do have something else.
Okay, well, let's get this in, January 20th, what time do you think, 5:30?
5:30, yeah.
5:30? Okay. Counselor, you have something else?
That's it. I know I've been wanting to get a written definition or a written summation of each of the subcommittees, and appointments is one of those subcommittees that we don't yet have a written definition for.
Okay.
So I just wanted to see if I could bring it forward to our subcommittee to make that an agenda item for next time.
Okay.
With a formal summation of what appointments does to be able to.
Okay, all right. If I'm not mistaken, isn't a lot of the subcommittees' responsibilities and stuff outlined in the charter?
No, it's
No,
not.
they're not, okay. I know some of them are, but.
For some of them they
Okay.
are, but not for
Okay.
appointments.
All right, so we'll, I'll ask that we put it on the next agenda. Maybe we want to meet then earlier than 5:30 then. Maybe we want to meet at 5.
Sure.
All right,
And then
so
if
we'll
we're
meet
doing
at
that,
5.
maybe we could also look over the, what is that called? The application for appointments. I know we had some additional information. We were curious to see how people were finding out about the appointments and everything. Just having some more questions available on the actual form.
Okay, well, that would be up to the mayor, as she is the one that does the appointing. So is that okay with you, Mayor?
I'd absolutely be open to any, any suggestions or input. It's the form, it's, been around a while. So updating things is always a good thing.
Great.
And the reason we use the form, because, it's great when people just send a letter or like a letter and a resume, but we want to make it as easy as possible for people to volunteer, so any, input, suggestions,
Right.
are always welcome.
Mayor Kaiser, can you make our appointment subcommittee meeting at 5 o'clock on the 20th?
I'm sure,
January?
I'm
Okay.
sure.
All right, then I will put you on the agenda to
Thank you.
look at updating the application. Okay? Does that suffice?
Sure.
That work
Yes.
for you? Good, okay. All right. All right.
And that is on our website too. But again, whatever information, like sometimes if we can, tweak it a little bit more, or, just make it.
Okay, so I'm gonna call, I'll call an adjournment if there are no other objections, and make a motion to adjourn. Second, okay. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.